Here we have a new 2026 GMC Yukon. Now this one comes in the elevation trim level with the elevation premium package. This color is downpour metallic, and then we have the Gideon and dark atmosphere leather interior. Powertrain consists of a 5.3 liter naturally aspirated V8, and that's mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. As we come around to the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with the LED daytime running lights and LED fog lights. The lights don't dance like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up. But love, love, love this vehicle here. Really nice look. Down here, these are gonna be 20-inch aluminum wheels. We get passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. Door panel here, power door lock controls, memory seat function. We have express down windows on the back, one-touch up and down windows on the front, and then we have our power folding side mirrors, rear window lock there, power mirror controls, and then we do get blind spot monitors in the side mirrors. Bose sound system, and then we get full 4-wheel drive here, headlamp controls, trailer brake controller, then the lane keeping system, auto park assist, a bunch of other stuff. Hood release, manual tilt telescoping steering wheel, and then we do get a power driver seat. This one does get 4-way power lumbar support. But I want to give a huge thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Yukon today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information. I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, so we're gonna check out the space I have sitting behind myself. Very good room back here. Now this does have that elevation premium package, which includes this dual pane sunroof. That's the sunshade there. We get the rear media system here. You can hook up an HDMI port, see the vehicle status and all of that. So it's a pretty cool setup. Rear AC controls, 3-stage heated outboard seats. The HDMI ports are there. You also get 2 USB-C charge ports and a 3-prong household plug-in below. There's a look at the front from back here. And there's a look at the 3rd row from the 2nd row. You get a USB-C port on either side there and a bottle holder. And then all of your vents for the rear AC are in the headliner there. Hang a shirt or a pair of pants. And we do get seat back pockets on both sides too. Fuel fillers there. This takes regular, no problem. And sorry for the wind noise whenever that comes through. But there's look at the back end LED tail lamps. And pretty good storage behind the 3rd row, even though it's a, the shorter wheelbase is not an XL. And then we do have the top tethers integrated on the back of all 5 seats, if you need those for the car seats. 3-prong household plug-in back here as well. Power release for the 2nd row, power folding 3rd row controls are there. And I'll show you the difference for when the seat's down as opposed to when it's up. So when that's folded flat, that's kind of a look there. The seats in the 2nd row are all the way back, so I can't fold it completely flat. Now your tow receiver is integrated behind the bumper here. You can see the spare tire underneath and the exhaust. And then as we come around to the rear passenger side, your lower anchors for the car seats are right there. Hit this twice to tumble the seat forward, and then you can use this to pull the seat forward and back. You can also just hit this once to fold the seat flat, and then you can just pull it up to put it back into place. And then front passenger seat, power with 4-way power lumbar as well. And that's a nice touch on this elevation, something you wouldn't expect, even on a Denali, honestly. The side pocket there, lockable glove compartment here. And I like the trim as well. Now you all can pause anywhere you need to take a closer look at this window sticker. But a lot of standard features, honestly, but this is what really makes this special, is this elevation premium package and then the Super Cruise here. But that also pushes the price $85,000, so. But we also get 4-wheel drive here, so there's really a lot that you get for this money, I think. in terms of amenities and capability. Back around to the front end, just a quick look in the engine bay. And there's that 5.3 V8. Now before we hop in the driver's seat, I'm just gonna show off the blinkers. But next, let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So nice leather wrap steering wheel here. There's the horn, Super Cruise indicator, Super Cruise sensor. Have a little pocket up here for storage. And then to the infotainment system here, you get Google Assistant, so you have access to Google Maps. You get AM, FM, XM radio, Bluetooth audio, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. You can go through the animation here, see oil, live, tire pressure monitors and all of that. Or go within the sub menus down below and you can see everything there. Dual zone automatic climate controls. You can pull up this menu here, or you have buttons down below. You can touch the screen for the 3-stage heated cooled seats in the front, and then you can either touch the screen down here at all times, or you can use this button or the set of buttons down below to turn everything on, off, whatever. You can control the rear, touch of a button there. And just a quick look at what it looks like here. And that's kind of your setup for the audio. Wi-Fi hotspot as well. If you go into your settings, your vehicle settings include rear seat reminder, buckle to drive, teen driver, and then you do have that Super Cruise lane change that you can toggle there. And then down in your system settings, you can change your language or your units of measurement here. The entertainment hub, that kind of just walks you through the back there, those screens. And then if you go into the controls here, you can use the electronic child safety locks, the universal home remote. You have the controls for the heads-up display, and then you have the blind zone steering assist that you can control as well. So quite a bit to do there. Backup camera guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. You also have the front camera, top-down view, curbside view, and you always get that bird's eye view that I really like. Helps with parking, making sure that you're straight in the lines. And then new with a lot of these systems, you get this camera that you can use that kind of records the inside of the vehicle. So it's kind of nice to have there, and it'll show you when all that's going on. You want to have that USB drive inserted. And then down below here, wireless charging pad, USB-C, USB-A duo there, bottle holders. And then we do have the center console cubby space. It's got a little paper stuck in here for whatever reason. And there's the back seat from up here. And there is the dual pane sunroof, so that's a one-touch slide there. You can tilt it as well. You can shut it one touch too. And there's the vanity mirror. And then we have the third row we can control, the power lift gate, the sunroof controls there, OnStar, and then that rear camera mirror, we can turn that off, turn it back on. This gets you a little storage compartment right in here. So when I hit this button, little hidden tray pops up, and then you can just open that up there. Then again, you can open and shut it with this little button here. I like it because it doesn't really tell you what it does, but you know, it's available. So if you know what it does, then you know what it does. Hazards are here. And then wipers, rear wipers, fluid for the rear wipers, fluid for the front, high beams. And then your shifter's on the column, so you can just hit the brake, pull up for neutral, up for reverse, and then down for drive. While you're in drive, you can activate the low mode here, and then use the paddle shifters behind the steering wheel to use the limiter, and it'll tell you what gear you're limited to in that bottom right-hand corner. Press here for park, Behind the steering wheel on the left side, we can toggle our track list or radio station favorites, and behind on the right side, we can toggle volume up and down there. Adaptive cruise, we can turn that on or off and then switch between adaptive and regular by holding that cancel button, and then you'll get a notification as you're going through them. Now when the adaptive cruise is on and it's applicable, you can activate this to get the hands-free driving. So on the interstate, for the most part, set your speed here, gap adjust for the adaptive cruise and forward collision alerts there. Heated steering wheel toggle, voice recognition. This goes to your audio sources, and then you have mute, Bluetooth there. And then this goes through the gauge faces, and you can change those. And then up above here, we do get the heads-up display. Push button start. And then finally, here's the key fob with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2026 GMC Yukon Elevation Premium out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Yukon Elevation, I just really like the premium package here for the money. I think you get so much having the media system, the dual pane sunroof, the rear camera mirror, heads-up display. It's just a giant list there. And then adding the Super Cruise package to get that hands-free driving capability is a nice touch. And I like that you get a more, I don't want to say a more basic package, but you don't necessarily have to go up to a six-figure Yukon to get almost everything here. You have the heated, cooled seats, four-way lumbar support. There's so much that you get. You're really only missing a power adjustable steering wheel and massage function that you might get on the Denali Ultimate. But for the most part, this has everything. Gonna give it a quick pull here. Let's put it in a sport mode. Here we go. So decent acceleration. I wasn't redlining it, I was just giving a little something. We're gonna test out the Super Cruise just for a sec. So it's taking a minute here. But I want to give a huge thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Yukon today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. So the hands-free is on now, which is always nice. Now with the Super Cruise enabled, you get that hands-free driving. With the lane centering on here, it'll still ask you to touch the steering wheel every so often, but I like that we get the option of lane centering here. And the ride's good, sound acoustics in here are good. It's what you'd expect from a Yukon. Just floats down the road, very comfortable, and you know, again with this Elevation Premium package, everything is extremely nice. Now for the money, I don't want to necessarily say this is a bargain, but again, this is basically a Denali without the grille. I mean, this premium package includes everything that I would expect from a Denali. The interior might be like a touch below what you expect in a Denali, specifically a Denali Ultimate, but I mean, you get everything here. Super Cruise, rear entertainment system, the sunroof, heated cooled seats, heated steering wheel. And then the Super Cruise package, a lot of Denalis don't even have that. So I mean, it's great to have this on this Elevation. Now I do find it funny because this is the base trim for the Yukon for 2026. So since they've got the redesign, we basically don't have the SLE anymore. And then instead of the SLT, you basically have the Elevation. I feel like the Elevation is kind of a mix between an SLE and an SLT, then a step below Denali until you add this premium package, and then it basically is a Denali with all of the features here, in my opinion. But extremely capable here as well. You get 4-wheel drive, you have the 5.3 V8. The luxury and technology though is just crazy, having the heads-up display, rear camera mirror, the heated cooled seats, and then again all the other options that I just mentioned. It really is loaded out. So for 85 grand, it's kind of a disservice to this trim to call it the base trim, especially with this premium package, because again, you're basically a Denali at this point. A little over a Denali with the Super Cruise and, you know, having the sunroof included and everything else. But a very nice SUV, and I feel like for $85,000, you're probably thinking, gosh, that's a lot of money. But just how much vehicles are now, I remember an SLE was 72 grand in 24. So to be at 85 and to have this much luxury here, I mean, it is what it is with inflation and COVID and everything else. It's just $85,000 is not what it used to be. So you just have to keep that in mind when you're shopping around for a vehicle. But with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 GMC Yukon Elevation Premium.